Hello, everyone. My name is Celine, and I'm one of the founding members of the Garden Buddies alongside Anne and Safia. We are Term 1 nursing students at BCIT. And the Garden Buddies acknowledge that the area of a rooftop garden is planned to be located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish Nations, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam. And for the agenda, we'll spend about 9 minutes to present our pitch and answer the specific feedback questions from the judges. Also, we have a one-pager summarizing the main points, and Anne will pop that into the chat. And after, in the last 3 minutes of our presentation, we encourage the audience to ask questions. So what's at our core? As student nurses, we are striving to be global citizens. So we are aware of and understand the wider world and our place in it. Among the social determinants of health, food insecurity has one of the most profound impacts on the overall health of individuals. As we learned in our nursing class, food insecurity does not affect all Canadians equally. Low socioeconomic status is a strong predictor of household food insecurity. So our mission with the Rooftop Garden is to take an active role in advocacy in the BCIT community. We'll work with others to make food security more equal, fair, and sustainable for vulnerable populations. So what's the issue? Currently, at BCIT, food options that are most accessible are not nutrient dense, as you can see by the energy drink. This is a concern as the snacks sold in the school store and vending machines are processed, which means they're high in fat, salt, and sugars. As we learn, an unhealthy diet increases one's risk of developing chronic diseases and exacerbating the symptoms. As diet is a modifiable risk factor, we wanted to explore this concern further. So we conducted field research on food insecurity on campus during our clinical days at BCIT. And we observed that BCIT is a food desert and COVID-19 has closed most food services on campus. And consequently, our findings indicated that limited options and increased prices contribute to food insecurity on campus. So our solution, we propose implementing a rooftop garden for BCIT's Burnaby campus. The garden will be accessible to BCIT students on the rooftop of the campus's library and offer a variety of healthy vegetables, including corn, squash, and beans. They'll be able to be maintained, harvested, and used by the student free of charge. And how will it solve food insecurity for students? So students experience food insecurity as the population demands outweigh the available resources of fresh foods. So a rooftop garden is a holistic and sustainable approach to food security, as highlighted by our Garden Buddy model that takes into consideration the students' biopsychosocial needs facilitated by JEDI to succeed in their courses. So biological, eating fresh produce to lower disease risk. Psychological, being surrounded by nature and having a purpose of taking care of something improves mental health. And lastly, social. The rooftop garden will be a place where students can communicate with others from different departments based on the common interest of food from the gardens. And the details will be discussed by Safia regarding JEDI.
Hello, I'm Safia, and I'll be discussing JEDI in relation to our project proposal. So, according to the Garden Buddy model, a student's biopsychosocial needs and food security are facilitated by justice, which can be achieved by increasing the accessibility of food sources, equity, by allocating the fresh food produced by the gardens directly to the students, diversity, by working together based on our strengths, decolonization, by empowering Indigenous beliefs and values of food sovereignty, and lastly, inclusion, by the sense of belonging that the rooftop garden will give to all BCIT students. When considering the needs of students from diverse and intersectional identities, what makes BCIT so special is its students. We have over 50,000 students across 5 campuses from both trades and technology programs that value a hands-on approach to learning. Since food insecurity is experienced by the students of BCIT Burnaby campus, it is important to work together with our unique individual strengths and skills that our diverse specialties offer to create the rooftop garden cooperatively as a team to ensure that the garden addresses the needs of our concerns as a whole. Being part of the rooftop garden project will allow students to practice the skills learned in class, gain valuable work experience for future job hunting, and be the change they want to see. To reduce the barriers to participation and enable a sense of belonging, after the garden is implemented, it will serve as a source of food for those needing it and improve on the mental health and well-being of students. The rooftop garden acts as a bridge between our unique lived experiences, as it will be a common area for inclusivity and safety where all people are welcome to enjoy. When students go to the gardens, they will be able to connect with one another with the common goal of gardening. To honor the traditional beliefs, practices, and ways of knowing of our Indigenous relations. Growing food leads to fostering an appreciation of it, as individuals must put the effort and time to grow it. We have chosen to specifically use corns, beans, and squash in our garden to honor the intercropping method used by the early Native Americans known as the Three Sisters. These crops have a complementary relationship, as planting them together increases both their nutrient levels and their yield. A study done in 2019 highlighted one's relationship to the land as a social determinant of health that is unique to the Indigenous population. In the study, one's relationship to the land were depicted by gardens and greenhouses, and thus by implementing a rooftop garden, we will be able to address this unique social determinant of health for the Indigenous population at BCIT. Anne will discuss exactly how we will take this theory into practice and implementation potential.
Hi, my name is Anne, and I will be discussing implementation potential. So as student nurses at BCIT, we promote a holistic perspective regarding health, which includes promoting healthy nutrition. Our solution is primarily designed for BCIT Burnaby campus, with the intention to use one of the most accessible rooftops on campus with optimal sunlight. At BCIT, we have established a garden club, and a research study has already been conducted on the rooftop of BCIT campus in downtown Vancouver to see how realistic a rooftop garden would be for campuses. In addition, the BCIT Center for Architectural Ecology heavily focuses on researching and developing strategies specifically about rooftop gardens. Some of the support we would need from faculty and departments include the BCIT Center for Architectural Ecology to help determine what building would be appropriate in supporting the weight of the garden, BCIT Facilities, BCIT Safety and Security to decrease risk for falls and injuries by building a fence, the Global Health Student Nursing Group, and the BCIT Food Services to determine what specific product is needed, for example, lettuce for salads. The sub-irrigated system developed by Albo Pepperstein would collect rainwater during the rainy seasons, as well as contain the water after being filled as needed. This would eliminate the need for constant watering and rely on seasonal rainfall. If necessary, during rainier periods, an expansion to the watering system can be added and used as a greenhouse as well. The dimensions of the sub-irrigated system is 3 feet by 4 feet by 30 inches and can hold up to 97 gallons of potting mix and 20 gallons of water, with the estimated cost to build without soil to be around $555. In addition, we would like to also add a greenhouse to grow foods such as peppers, tomatoes, radishes, and squash, as they're very dependent on ideal temperature ranges. We would like to use the Palorum Bella Silver aluminum polycarbonate greenhouse, which measures 8 feet by 8 feet and is an ideal size for beginning projects, with the estimated cost of $2,349. In addition, we would need other supplies such as soil, seeds, shovels, seed starting trays, buckets, and gloves. And this chart highlights an estimation of costs, including the building material needed for the sub-irrigated system, soil, and other equipment. We want to thank the BCIT nursing faculty and student community for the support. Notably, we want to thank our instructors for inspiring us to go beyond our nursing knowledge class on food insecurity and applying it in a practical setting. We'd like to have special thanks to Andrea Harvey for all of her help.
And just some food for thought. We might think that we are nurturing our garden, but of course, it's our garden that is really nurturing us. Thank you.
Any questions? Yeah, Belinda? Oh,
Are you asking questions from anyone here, Belinda? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I'll jump in with a question.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot of awesome values and technical details, and so my question is just if your group was selected as the successful team, what's the one most important step in implementing the project that you could use those funds that are available for successful teams? So I'm just wondering the one most important step in implementing your first step.
A good question. I believe personally, and my team members can jump in as well, it's getting everyone on the same page. So definitely we're going to post on the BCIT student page and let people know about this program and the opportunities that come with it. So that's definitely the first step, getting everyone on the same page so everyone has opportunity to participate and effectively voice their values, beliefs, and opinions on this project.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Hi, great job. That's a great presentation. I just had a quick question about the accessibility of the rooftops.
Yeah.
Are they accessible by wheelchair or with any other physical accessibility issues? I was just curious about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so again, I believe at the moment it's only stairs and possibly an elevator. We have to double check on that because since COVID, a lot of places were closed off. So unfortunately, our field research was quite limited, but that's something that we'll definitely take into account in the implementation of our project, because it's really important that everyone has the accessibility to the rooftop gardens, especially when in regards to food insecurity, which is universally experienced. So that's something that we'll take into account. Thank you.
Great, okay. Yeah, I know it's very limited right now on campus, so.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I also had another question. I was just curious about if you guys thought about like who would be kind of spearheading the whole project on, and if it would be like a student association or like the nursing group, or because I know it is integrated in all the departments, but have you thought about who would be kind of solely managing that?
Yeah. So
just to let you know, the time is up, so I'll just give you time to answer this one question and then we'll wrap up. And then the next team will also get this extra minute.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Belinda. Yeah. So we already have support from the nursing faculty, and one of the nursing faculty members, Andrea Harvey, already has reached out to us for support and any knowledge. She has a great and vast knowledge in community health. So definitely, I believe as the nursing department, we have the abilities and the capacity to spearhead, as you have mentioned, this program. So definitely we have the resources as a department to get everyone connected as it aligns with our professional scope.